This podcast is brought to you by the Podtower, hosted by the Watchtower database. Visit youtube.com/thepodtower for informative, hilarious DC animation-themed podcasts and live streams every week. And check out the Watchtower database for DCAU video essays, timelines, fan theories, and more. And please, enjoy the show. We may now proceed to the podcast.
Ooh, what level is it on?
What? Oh, it's like an elevator? Is that what you're doing? I wish that all elevators were just beatboxing. That'd be much better. Someone pointed out, like, oh, elevators don't actually play music anymore. So to call it that is like means nothing.
Elevator music is what happens when the album is over. It's just silent.
Yeah, it just ends. And oh wow, the elevator music. Only a true millennial gets that. I don't fucking know. What should we replace elevator music with to make society better? It's just ChatGPT. Yeah, how's it going in there? Oh, huh? Who is that? Oh, it's me, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, it sounds nothing like Scarlett Johansson.
I had an AI issue the other day. My place of work is we're changing our website around. We're going to have some like online capabilities we didn't have before. And so we're using this like website plugin, whatever. And I was looking how to do this thing and I couldn't find any answers. So I went to the help thing, which was AI, and I was trying not to. I was just trying to find the answer.
Yeah, the support, quote unquote, that just goes like, don't worry, I know exactly what you need. I'm like, no, the thing I need is nowhere on here. Please just shut the fuck up and let me go to talk to a person. Oh God.
Well, this was the thing. Like I went on to be like, okay, well, how do I like do this transfer thing? You know, the AI was just like, oh, well, that you have to send an email. We can't do that here. So send an email to this email address. And I was like, okay, well, at least it's directed me to a person. That's fine. And then about 30
and then it just put a pair of sunglasses on and went, I am now a person. You're talking to a person now.
I mean, maybe, but like it was like 15 seconds later, 30 seconds later, it was like, okay, cool. You have to do this. Thank you so much. How was the quality of your call? And I went to click on it, and then this like dude popped up like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm here. You're trying to do this sort of thing? And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like the AI was like, nope, we can't help you. End of story. And then someone's like, no, wait.
Don't listen to the robot.
Yeah,
I know what to do.
And then this dude left me on red for 10 minutes, and I was like, are you gonna help me or not?
It's like pulling up to the drive-thru and just nobody says anything. Hey, hello. The Wendy's one, I haven't been to it yet, but it is an AI drive-thru now.
What?
And what else can I get for you with that? And then you just say like, and a large, small fry, and you can see it like typing out what you say, and it'll do it. So, you know, we're creating jobs. We're helping the economy. We're doing everything right.
God, this country is great. This
is episode 121 of Jump on the Bat-Wagon. Somehow you hold it in you try. I'm Jades from the Watchtower Database YouTube channel. This is a reference to Starbucks for spelling my name wrong on a cup. I'll just very briefly say, I told you this already, but at the window. This is
a podcast today.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We were talking drive-through just now, so it works. We're at the window at Starbucks and ask for my name. I don't know why they do that, because I just pull up to the window and I'm the only person there. But they asked for my name. I said James. They said Jake, and I said no, James. Oh, Jade. Interesting. And then I thought, why would you say interesting like that? Like, if my name really was Jade, like Why would you be like, that's weird? That's fucking weird, man. Get up here.
That's a strange name, and I don't like it.
I don't know why you would be named that. You should stop. And then I get up there, and they hand me the drink. It says Jades with a D. So I'm with an S at the end, and multiple Jades. So that's the story. It's a great story, and I'm here to show my good buddy Brian the entire DC animated universe from start to finish for the very first time in the controversial Airdate order, so that he may view these shows the way human beings and ChatGPT experienced them in the far gone days of the 1900s. That's not true. It was not there. At the time of this recording...
707, baby.
Thank you.
All my Ukiah peeps.
ChatBRI. Superman the Animated Series is streaming on Max.
My dog.
And available on DVD and Blu-ray.
My other dog.
That's your other dog. If you'd like to follow along, you
and
the listener.
I'm Brian.
There you go. And you, Brian, you can head over to bit.ly/watchdcau. The link is in the show notes. Today we're watching.
Yes.
Heavy Metal.
Oh, that's right.
80s movie with tits in it.
It was a long time ago that we last recorded.
We skipped a week because... reasons. Your prediction last time, you knew it was Steel. We said it was Steel.
Yeah.
And what do you think Steel's doing? But you can't say fucking up the day because he is not. Fucking down the day.
Unfucking down the day.
There you go. This first aired Saturday, November 8th, 1997, 9:30 a.m. on Kids WB. This was 1 week after our last episode, Never Fear. This aired number 36 and produced number 34 between two episodes that won't air until early 1998. Okay. So it's all sorts all over the place. This was written by Hilary J. Bader, who previously wrote A Little Piece of Home, My Girl, Target, Action Figures, Double Dose, Cold Comfort, Prototype, and co-wrote The Hand of Fate with Stan Berkowitz. Directed by Kurt Gaeta, previously directed Le Sac Part 2. You want to take it from here?
No, please.
A Fruiting Time, Stolen Memories, Tools of the Trade, Livewire, Identity Crisis, Target, Monkey Fun, Brave New Metropolis, and Prototype. This is the Prototype people are on the Prototype sequel episode. Music is by Lolita Ridmanis, your guy.
My guy.
Previously, people that don't know this podcast at all are just going to be like, Lolita Ridmanis is not a guy. What the fuck is he talking about? The guy, previously composed music for 7 episodes of btas, as well as Le Sac Part 1, Way of All Flesh, My Girl, Target, Action Figures, Monkey Fun, Ghosts in the Machine, Bizarro's World, and a shared credit on WF Part 3.
Wow.
And lastly, we have animation by Coco/Dong Yang.
Wow.
Who previously animated 42 episodes of btas, as well as 14 episodes of stas, and 3 episodes of the new Batman Adventures. This is including Prototype.
That's more than I did for this show.
That's true. How many episodes of X-Men 97 did you animate? Or watch? None. You watched none of them? I've watched none of them.
No,
sorry to disappoint the listener.
That's the new.
That's the new one. Yeah.
Haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, and me neither. Sorry. If people keep telling me to watch it, and I keep going, I should probably watch the original show first so that I care. But then I have to watch a ton of X-Men by ACOM in order to get to the new stuff. And don't want to do that. Head over to the link in the description to send us a Yoppie beverage and support the show. We'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode, and we'll also do a push-up for every $1. So send us coffee for our health and your entertainment.
It's so entertaining.
Yeah.
That's all.
Today's Yoppie Bevs come to us from Vits. What do you know?
Hey!
Says instead of push-ups, let's take a rest and do some deep breathing. Brian, take it away. It's just one. So we deep breathe 5? We deep breathe some 5.
All right, everybody. Well, we're here. We want you to
Oh, sorry. I slipped. I tripped and fell onto the button.
So we want you to get comfortable wherever you are. Thank you for being here with us today. And we're going to do some deep cyclical breathing. So what we're going to have you do is breathe in through...
It's taking everything within me not to hit the button again.
Jamie, you do whatever you want to do.
I won't do it. I'm not going to do it.
There's a couple of listeners that are going to get pissed if you do it. They're going to give us a 2-star review.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it's okay. So we're going to breathe in through our noses and out through our mouths. Here we go. Ready to have a deep breath. out. I've got a little bit of deviated septum, so my nose sounds weird when I breathe in through it. And
Squeaky. And chuckle out.
Chuckle out the air. That's 2. And 3. This one I want you to scream out. 3. Ah! Very good.
That's nice. That felt good.
4. It did feel kind of good, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And breathe in 4. And don't breathe this one out. You have to just hold this for years. Just keep holding it. It's fine. Just hold it. Or you can let it out if you want to.
Ah! Oh, sorry.
And 5, we're going to do a shallow, quick breath and release. So ready, in, out.
Oh, wait. At the same, how do you do both at the same time?
Look, man, Kenny G
work.
can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so can you.
Cyclical breathing. I've been able to do it once and only once, and then your tone just shoots to shit when you try to do it. So I don't. Maybe it's easier on saxophone. Yeah, that's true.
I do it all the time, and I'm playing guitar, and like the tone is perfect.
Every time that we were on drum corps tour, and I would just look back at the drums and be like, "You motherfuckers, you can breathe whenever the hell you want." This whole time, just breathe oxygen. Yeah, fuck you.
I was called out back in my metal days, and I was actually listening to this record the other day. Yeah, that's the one. And we're talking metal, right?
Heavy metal.
And so we were recording this album, and everybody else, the sound guy, the sound engineer, plus the drummer and the bassist, were in like the sound booth, like with like the mixing board, so they could hear everything that was going on.
Yeah.
I had my headphones on, and then I had my guitar. And as a laugh, the sound engineer turned the microphone on, and apparently and this is where it ties in. You're talking about drummers breathing whenever I was like breathing to the guitar parts. And so I'd have like really heavy, like super like, no, it's like a really like big, deep breath for like a bar. And then I'd like let it out and then get it back in like before I had to play this next part. And I was just breathing really erratically, and I had no idea. And now I can
holding
never
in all the
forget
tension.
That.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah.
That's cool.
You play better by not breathing.
You want to go watch Superman?
Is this a bad? We should start over.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you fucked it up.
No, that was perfect.
Finally. Go tell them about Superman.
I don't think so.
What's the matter with you? Officer! Hey, officer! We've got an emergency.
Indeed you do, madam.
What is it? Where are the police?
All right, people. Where's Superman? Somebody speak up, or I'll tear this neighborhood apart, brick by brick.
We got nothing to say to you, Robo-Butt.
This episode blows.
Jamie, I've only got one question for you.
Yes.
How much speed does a crashing car have?
As much as you want it to.
Start,
as much as you need it to.
And then how much speed does it gain while crashing? And then how, like, is it an exponential gain? Because it doesn't look like it levels out. It just keeps speeding up as it crashes.
Listen to the synopsis. The short summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
Yeah, and then it just keeps going into the alleyway or around the corner, or it just flips over.
And then it just does a front flip.
Or sometimes it just
car.
It flips onto its side and skids along the ground, but it moves a total of like 2 feet. Yeah. Can you please tell me what happens in heavy metal, Brian? Please? Please?
John Irons built himself a suit, a big metal suit, which gives him Superman-like powers.
I guess.
Metallo came back and robbed a bank and then decided to fuck up Superman.
Why did he rob a bank?
Superman, I don't know. Superman got angry, and then he got kryptonited, so he was pretty much down for the count. And then Steel threw a hammer at the chest of Metallo, and he's like, ? Dead. The end.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said and.
No, there's no and.
Yeah, there is no and. They shake hands. And. Oh, wait, that's it. I expected a little epilogue scene like we usually get, some little beat at the end of, well, and now here we are. But instead that beat was Superman cliche-ly saying well, I just have one thing. Thank you. They shake hands.
Let's go to dinner together. We're going to have a romantic meal, and I'm going to show you why everybody calls me the Super Kiss Man.
They do call him that. Well, here's the official synopsis. Superman teams up with Steel, parenthesis, John Henry Irons, close parenthesis, to take on a much modified and improved Metallo. He was modified in that he has kryptonite heat vision now and can turn his head around like Mr. Freeze.
He just kept saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, my friends what was the
Intergang. Yeah.
Intergang.
Yeah. Which is Bruno Mannheim's.
It's the Bloods and the Crips. But don't worry about that.
They're just interconnected. It's in Bruno Mannheim's dark side weaponry provided gang people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But so here's the thing. Metallo's in the time that he had to think, he couldn't see, he couldn't hear, but he could think. He had time to think about the fact he was going to have a catchphrase that he needed to get right when he was saying it's Superman. And that catchphrase was, my friends at Intergang didn't just repair me, it made something
improved
bigger
me.
happen.
Yeah.
And then he'd shoot a laser. And then fast forward 3 minutes.
When Intergang dug me out of the place. Yeah, that's all he said.
They didn't just repair me, they made me better. And then he shoots a laser.
The irony of how often he said the same thing is that I had zero memory of this episode explaining how he got out of the volcano. I just remembered he showed back up, and I was almost expecting there was no explanation. But in fact, there was only explanation. I was in a volcano, and Bruno Mannheim's guys came and took me. I won't explain why they knew I was there or how they got me out or why I didn't just murder them immediately or any other details. But they got me and now I'm here. And that's all he said over and over and over.
Jamie, I didn't think about the fact of them locating him or know that he was at
Were they looking for Metallo? Were they on... Because didn't the volcano exploded on that island and kill, or everyone left?
Yes.
So Intergang just knew he was there somehow and went there, or they were there for a different purpose and they went, hey, there's a guy here. There's a metal guy in the lava. Oh, get him, I guess. And then,
good thing we got to dig a metal guy out of a volcano, Kit.
Another funny Metallo continuity thing in this episode is, why is his skin back? I know why his skin is back is because he says, Intergang fixed me up even better than I was before. They then ripped half his face off again. Why? But he's in.
I really like the half face skin thing.
I voted for Harvey Dent twice, and when he became Two-Face, it was beautiful, and I've never forgotten it. But he's in his Intergang cloak face thing, and like you said, Superman walks up and hears a Metallo sounding guy talking and just goes, come with me, sir. And he doesn't use his heat vision at all, or his x-ray vision at all, to see that it's Metallo. He just goes, there's a guy here.
That's the thing for me. There's a masked dude. I feel like you're used to fighting crime. You don't know if something's going to happen and this guy's going to get away. Maybe turn on your x-ray vision and just try to get a glimpse of this person's face. So at least you'll have,
I guess that's another instance of he definitely doesn't just have x-ray vision all the time. He has to turn it on, and he poorly did not do that this time. But Metallo's in his costume, his disguise, whatever you want to call it. And when he goes to like, haha, Metallo, he rips his jacket off, which rips like his chest skin away. And I thought, oh, okay, I guess that's why the rest of his body is at least still like ripped in half like normal. But then he pulls his hood off, and I thought maybe he accidentally snags part of his face skin while he does that and rips his face off. But no, he just takes it off nicely, and his face is still fucked up underneath. I don't know. We're listening to the sideshow episode of the podcast, the Killer Croc and the Circus Freaks, as the episode liked to say, and in the car with Jessica. And I had talked about in that episode how often the show will have to just revert a character to their like base model sheet, that they're like, oh, we don't know what to do. Like, so Killer Croc's in a blue prison outfit, make him take his shirt off so he can be in blue jeans like he normally is. When in this episode, they're like, just Metallo looks like this again. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah,
I hate this episode.
I wouldn't say that I hate it. There's just some stuff that I just don't. Well, the whole episode I just don't really get. Also,
I didn't like the entire episode, but I don't say I hated it.
Let's talk about the newscaster. Like, it sounded like he was trying to listen to what was going on in the real world, because he just kind of like got his head cocked. Then he's like, "Oh, I'm on TV. Well, we're going to Angela Chen."
Yeah,
is that her name?
They did that thing where when a character goes like, "You'd better turn on the TV and see this," but it was just happening in the background, and John and Natasha. I have to look at the credits to remember her name, decided to listen at the moment that it was important to listen to the news. Right. And then, Angela Chen's just completely inept and not using. Oh, it was literally a sixth grade class project I did where I was pretending to be like a talk show host. And I don't think I had seen this episode at the time, but this was like 2000s middle school humor to do you're on. Oh, yeah. This thing, I'm like, oh my God,
well,
they're just really doing this.
So it started with the newscaster kind of being like staring off into nothingness.
Yeah.
And then, I'm here to give the news. Angela. And then Angela's standing off to the side.
This coffee's decaf,
and I'm here
right?
I'm here to give the news. And we got this Mr. B. Babowski.
And then you didn't know he was on TV either.
And it cuts over to him, and then he just kind of stands there, and she like elbows him. We're on. It's just like, we just did this joke twice. Stop it with this joke.
It would have been kind of funny once, but not three times. And I mean, you had guessed last time, if this isn't a Lobo episode, I'm going to be upset or whatever, because it was called Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
And it's not Lobo at all, but at least it has Lobo's voice actor doing Bibbo Babowski again. So that's always nice.
That.
A Bibbo cameo. He talked about the monkey. We fought a monkey once, he said.
Yes,
so,
he did. Best part of the episode.
It kind of, man. Why did John Henry Irons take a RoboCop looking like police robot suit and just it looks absolutely nothing like what it did before?
He worked with his friends at Intergang, and he didn't just repair
My friends at Intergang, he says, they have improved upon the design. Why do you sound like Metallo? Sorry, that was well, it's just like I don't know, I've always wondered why. Clearly they knew in the prototype episode that they were going to be setting up Steel with that thing. So either make it look more like Steel in that, or make the Steel one look more like that thing. Like, you could have like the helmet and the hammer and whatever, but if the rest of the body was basically the same, it wouldn't really be that wrong, or I don't know.
Jamie, I got a question for you.
Okay.
So we got Metallo. How much do you think he weighs?
I thought about this. He's in a car a few times, and the car is not being like weighed down by him. So he must not weigh enough for that to be a problem. And he also gets hit by a car. And in that scene, I was very confused what Natasha's motive was, because she just comes up out of nowhere. He's like, get out of here or whatever. She runs away. And then like 2 seconds later, she's driving back in their car. And I thought, okay, so she's coming back to save John. And then she goes, oh, and turns the wheel. The car keeps going straight and slams into Metallo. I'm like, oh, okay, so you weren't trying to do that, I guess. But then later she's like, I should have hit Metallo harder. I'm like, you did that on accident, I thought. What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
So that's my answer to how heavy Metallo is.
That big, we're going to be so ADHD today. That big, like, SUV van thing on this, like, road that is just wide enough for that truck SUV van thing. And
alleyway or whatever.
She goes to, like pull a Yui and take away. So, like, she kind of drives off
she
the
turns
screen
on an actual dime.
and, like, then drives away. And the alleyway is only wide enough for the vehicle.
Yeah.
Width-wise. How did it take a turn?
She just Austin powered really fast in the corner behind the camera. Yeah. Yeah.
There's just so many, oh God, all these inconsistencies and the like. So what I was gonna say is, like, how strong is John Irons? He's got
how
this
strong,
like,
John Irons 1 through 10.
He's got his hammer, and he's strong enough to throw it at Metallo, who, like, can take full on, like, Superman was, like, poking him with a power pole. And
it was like a repeated animation of him just ka-chunk at Metallo. Keeping your distance, eh? Well, too bad Intergang found me and improved upon the design.
Meanwhile, Superman's just boop.
No, stay away.
I'm using my keep Metallo away stick.
You're asking about how strong steel is.
Yes.
They don't give any explanation for really what the suit. Okay, we're supposed to assume it's the same suit from Prototype, but improved upon the design.
No.
And so I guess in that episode, they explained, like, it can fly, it can increase its strength, it does this stuff. I guess they just skip over that for the sake of literally 20 minutes of one scene of, like, Metallo and Steel fighting each other. Like, it was really, there was no, like, like an act break where something would, like, a fight would happen and then we'd calm down to have a little nice dialogue scene. And then we're back to, it was just a really long, like, car chase / action scene for the entire episode. As soon as Metallo showed up and John Henry Irons is just like a normal human throwing stuff at him and whatever, I was just, oh, we're already in the plot, I guess, because I know this is all that happens in this. So,
episode highlight. That's something that we should, on, like, bad episodes, we should have, like, an episode
something
highlight.
good. Say something good.
Superman hucking, I don't know, ship propellers that come out of an, I don't know.
Like, Frisbee's fans at him? Yeah.
He's like, Superman was all out of ninja stars, and so he just went for these big old fan blade assemblies. Not just a blade, it's a whole damn thing.
The way he already had what catch for Superman had, like, a stupid little joke when he showed up. I can't remember what he said.
I haven't just been repaired. I've been improved upon.
And Intergang found me, actually. He said, no, he said something when he showed up and threw those guys in garbage cans and then crushed their necks with the garbage cans. I can't remember. He said some dumb little thing, but then I thought he was going to
crush their necks, Jamie. He crushed their shoulders to the size of a human.
Look, he put two guys in two different barrels at the same time, and then one of them sat there motionless watching his friend be ringed into the trash.
He's like,
into the barrel.
That looks so comfy.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait my turn for Superman to do this to me.
Superman just spits on him and kicks him in the alley.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Yeah.
No, Superman, please crush me. I'm a simp for Superman.
Crush me with your big hands, Superman. Yeah, was that the highlight? Is that the good thing we're saying? Well,
the fan blade. What was your highlight?
I was saying Superman had some dumb little thing he said when he showed up, and then I expected him to be like, "I'm not a fan of da-da-ba-da-da," and I said it like that, and you're like, "Oh, I wish the Superman said that," and just also trailed off. Like, not a fan of what? What did you say?
I see you're not a fan of having fans thrown at you.
Too bad for you. My hearing is much better now that Intergang improved me. I heard you trail off.
Is this, are we going to have a slightly different title for this episode? And it's going to be heavy metal featuring improvements made by Intergang.
Featuring instead of or.
Yeah.
Or just keep the or, but it still says featuring.
I don't know what this. We can just talk about every scene of this episode and how it was bad.
It was one scene. The Superman gets kryptonited, knocked out, or whatever.
So much. He just gets blasted all over his face.
I was thinking of something. I remember a different thing. He's up on the fire escape, and Metallo just pulls down the fire escape bit by bit.
You're not thinking I'm gonna go up there and get you. I mean, I could because I've been improved by Intergang. But instead, you're gonna come down to me, and then it's like staircase falls, second level staircase falls, third case,
and the shot is unchanging, and then Superman falls.
It's like a Jacob's ladder slowly collapsing, and Superman just happens to be like scotch taped to one of the levels, and he just, I'm falling too.
Yeah, he could have let go. He could have done anything. I almost wish though that Metallo is like, you think I can't come up there? Well, it's a good thing Intergang. Go, Metallo legs, and he just shoots up there and grabs Superman.
How about that moment where I think we're just doing this, Jamie? I
hope nobody likes this episode.
How about the part where Metallo's is like, which way did Superman go? And everyone's like, I'm not going to help you. And one guy's like, you got a metal butt. And he's like, what if I chased you all around for 18 minutes?
Well, he says, like, we're not telling you shit, metal butt. He said shit. And then Metallo just goes, ha! And turns around in his face. What'd you say about my butt? Yeah, he's like 2 frames to turn his whole head around. And it's, I see you've noticed Intergang's improvements to my posterior.
The thing for me that it was okay, so that your line there is perfect, perfectly fitting, because the angle of his mouth when he and turned, it's kind of like a big smile, like you're looking at my butt,
I see you've noticed,
like it just kind of looked like a weird, like, like buddy smile, I got you kind of
it's
thing.
Too bad half the flesh was ripped off my ass before, so I have to recreate it.
It's just like it was the weirdest take. I don't know.
It reminds me of like in like, well, I supposedly, I haven't watched it for a long time, but supposedly like current SpongeBob is funny again and good again.
No,
but there was a very long period of time at least where it was not, and everybody had been like reduced to their like most common character traits, like, Mr. Krabs is greedy and Sandy knows karate and Squidward's angry, like that. Nobody did anything else ever. And that kind of makes me think of like Metallo's only had 2 episodes before this, but he's just like, what's the things about Metallo? He's mad that he can't like have senses, and he's like shoots
improved
kryptonite
by Intergang.
Yeah, and now there's a third thing. Yeah. It's just all he does in this is like open his chest with the kryptonite. I for some reason I thought I remembered the shot where he says like, I bet you think you've got me, huh? Well, surprise! And his head turns around. I thought I remembered that being actually kind of funny, but then when it happened, I was just like, this is just one more thing. It's like Steel is pretty useless.
He could be cool.
Yeah. He sure
kind of nerfed him though, right?
Well, and because I kept thinking about, I guess it's that suit from Prototype, but at the start, you see him pulling the helmet out of a fire, like he
smelted it,
welded it. Yeah, he smelted it, he delted it, and he puts it down. I thought, like, what is this actually made of? Steel? Is this made of whatever it was made of before? Because it's just the same thing. Or is it like an unknown, like Wakanda bullshit adamantium thing in DC Comics? Like they don't tell you anything. So how strong is he? How much of a punch can he take? He just is. And
how
when
much
he
of a hammer can he throw at Metallo with enough force that puts Metallo through a concrete wall and then falls 2 stories to his air quotes death?
It makes Metallo do a Die Hard bad guy slow motion building fall that was a weird choice to make. Like it's slow motion, but it's not like just the footage is slowed down. It's like they drew many, many, many frames of Metallo like fluidly flying out of the building, which was slightly cool. But then as soon as he slams into the ground, I noticed there's all the like indistinct chatter from the people down there looking at him, and my ear picked up on Bruce Timm as one of them going, "Oh, that's the end of him, I guess." Like with that inflection, and I just thought, yeah, man, that's how I feel about this too. I guess that was it. Like, why's that the end of Metallo? Who knows? I thought, did I miss it? Did I blink? Did the hammer crush the kryptonite in his chest? Okay.
Yeah, presumably.
Well, yeah, but is that what we're supposed to assume, or did it actually show that?
There was some shards of green, but the most important thing was there was a zip zappy buzz electric sound. Which I was like,
a powering down .mp3 happened. Yeah.
No, not even. It gave me the impression that like that was somehow the power source for him.
Yeah.
Is that Metallo's thing?
Yeah, that happened in the last episode. That's why he couldn't move in the lava or whatever. He got his kryptonite removed.
Okay, so Intergang
also had some kryptonite.
Had some kryptonite for him.
Yeah. So the kryptonite.
So they found a robot dude and were like, he doesn't have kryptonite. We should put our kryptonite into this guy.
In him.
That was their thought. That's what they
knew.
did.
They somehow either knew he was there or they found him and they went, what if we put kryptonite in this hole? And then he went, that's the wrong hole. And then they said, what about the chest?
Jamie, that makes this even worse and more dumb.
The continuity of where kryptonite is and how much of it is on Earth and stuff like that just gets looser and looser every time. I feel like,
I guess. Just like Metallo's hole.
Yeah. Every time he shows up, he has like a different chunk or whatever. And then he also, because I guess it broke in this one. Where's it coming from? Where'd it go? Cotton Eye Joe. Cast Tim Daly as Superman / Clark Kent. Michael Dorn as Steel / John Henry Irons. Same as last time. He was also Calabac. He's Worf, that guy. Malcolm McDowell as Metallo. They made Malcolm McDowell say "in the hood" in this episode. What was the other thing he said that I was really embarrassed for him to say? It was shortly after that. They like fly into the warehouse or whatever factory place, and he says some other stupid thing.
I don't know.
Lauren Tom as Angela Chen. Brad Garrett as Bibbo. Cree Summer as Natasha, who you correctly guessed was girl from Rugrats. I can't remember her name.
Susie Carmichael.
Susie. Little Susie, yeah. But she was also previously Rain Song in Hand of Fate, otherwise known as Psychic Girl, and Ice Maiden number 2 in Cold Comfort.
Wow. I always liked her. She's a good voice actress.
Yeah, she's done lots of good shit. Michael David Donovan as news anchor. That was the guy I didn't know he was on TV. He played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Lego Star Wars games. Additional voices in a handful of Warcraft games. Bizarro in JLA Adventures Trapped in Time. Mayor in one episode of Legend of Korra. Fong in Reboot. King Randor in the 2000s He-Man and the Masters of the Universe animated series. Sabretooth in X-Men Evolution, Carnage in Spider-Man Unlimited, Grey Hulk in the Incredible Hulk 90s animated series, Guile and Zangief in the Street Fighter 90s animated series, Maria's father and Cabby in Hey Arnold. Then his two most notable voices were he was Conan in the Conan the Adventurer 90s animated series, and the narrator on JJ the Jet Plane. It's a very strange list of credits for this guy. Matt Landers as Robber, previously Frankie in Two-Face and Second Chance, who's a Two-Face goon. Mm-hmm. Mark Drotman as Bank Manager. The guy, I forgot that scene completely. First of all, this guy, he's on the ground rubbing his hands together like he's praying and trying to start a fire at the same time. And he's just like, I don't know, there was so much stupid dialogue in this. I'm sorry. I was just like, whatever he said, I was just making fun of it immediately. But that scene also, they come into the bank And I think whoever animated the scene got wrong, like which guy was talking, because clearly the gunless guy in the back was Metallo with the brown jacket, but the two guys with guns in the front just stand there motionless, and one of them says like, "Everybody get down," or whatever they say. And Metallo's in the back, like waving his arms. He's just he's doing the signal from Team America while the two of them stand there.
Looks like he's saying, "Kiss me, kiss me."
It looks like Superman wants to kiss again. This is his only DCAU acting credit, the bank manager guy. He's only ever acted in 3 other things. Defense Play, 1987 as Jacob. Get a Life as Catman. And Freakazoid as Fat Man. He also wrote 10 episodes of Hysteria and 3 episodes of Xiaolin Showdown. He's led an interesting life.
Wow.
Mark Robinson as Teen. I think that was sunglasses hoodie guy that's like, Spider-Man, this is Spider-Man. You New York? You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. That's what he says. Basically, it was that scene. This is his only DCAU acting credit, and he's only ever acted in 14 other things, including bit parts in Frasier, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and the 1997 Spawn movie. Oh. And then finally, we have Vernie Watson Johnson as female neighbor, citizen lady. Previously, Doctor in Fire from Olympus, Dana Blessing in The Worrymen, party guest in Mask of the Phantasm, and female worker in La Sac Part 1. She was most famously Will Smith's character's mom on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh. So maybe she and Mark Robinson, whatever the hell his name is, worked together at some point. Cool. Wouldn't that be so cool?
It's so cool, Jamie.
It's so neat to think of these things. Trivs. When John Irons is testing out his wrist-mounted laser gun, he blows up a few objects, causing an explosion that features reused footage from a scene from My Girl, in which Mr. Elon blows up a vat of hot lead from his support. I saw it. It was like one frame. As Natasha turns up the volume during the news report, Superman's left shoulder can be seen, despite the fact that Clark Kent is watching the same report at the Daily Planet. I did not notice that, but I guess before we even see Superman in the episode, he's just standing there in the room with them. Okay. Though this version of Steel is based off the character in the comics, his origin is different. In the comics, Dr. Irons hadn't built his suit until the death of Superman. Another difference of this version of Steel is that he doesn't wear the cape and shield of Superman.
Look, Jamie, Superman doesn't have a shield.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're thinking of Captain America. I do wonder if I feel like no is the answer, but like when they had Bane and btas, they didn't want to do that. Like they didn't want to use Bane. They thought Bane was dumb. He was a very recent character, and they're like okay, I guess we'll put him in here. Even though now it just feels normal to have Bane in there. Like, oh yeah, of course, famous Batman villain Bane, but like. Same with this, like Steel had existed for like 2 years or something, 3 years maybe. I wonder if there was any sort of like, hey, the Shaquille O'Neal movie is coming out. You better put Steel in here. All the last trivs I've got is per a post on the anime superhero message boards. Bruce Timm considers this to be among the top 5 worst episodes of the DC animated universe. Others on his list include Cat Scratch Fever, The Terrible Trio, which takes his top spot, and 2 episodes we haven't gotten to yet. Oh. Wah, wah.
Okay.
Where's the button? There. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. I'm sorry. It could be cool. I think there's just a lot of like between all of the weird momentum inertia shit in the animation and also all of Coco Dong Yang's attempts to do like a 3D alleyway, but it's all like hand drawn flying by and like going away from the camera or toward the camera. There were just many times where that didn't look good at all. Like Metallo would be running at the car, but the buildings next to him were like flying so much faster than he was running. Like he was on a weird little treadmill or something. Yeah,
there was a lot of that. I mean, that was the thing for me is like the whole. Look, listener, if you haven't watched this recently or you didn't watch it, just look for the car, like the cop car crash scene. There's like 30 to 45 seconds there that you just got to watch because physics. There's like the cop car. It starts with the cop car coming around the corner at the bank robbery. at
immediately
1 mile an hour.
Yes.
Lights and sirens blazing, and they're just
Ice cream truck speed.
Yeah.
Would you like to come get in the cop car?
And you just have the cop car that's like, oh, I'm gonna go over here and drive on the sidewalk. Oh no, I'm hitting the wall. Oh no, I'm driving on the wall. And it's like
they like
at walking
swerve
speed
to evade Metallo at 1 mile an hour, and then they suddenly just flip, and then he throws another cop car that lands perfectly upside down on top of that one.
That's insane. Should be a TikTok that we like. It's not anything. It's not us saying anything. Just
are you
show
seeing
that.
this? We're watching the same thing.
A little asterisk in the bottom that says we did not edit the timing of this clip at all.
Nothing's changed yet. Keen effects.
No,
were there
moving
any?
on.
I don't know. There were, I guess, the
laser
opening
beams.
shot of him coming out, his head coming out of the fire, but that wasn't very well done. So I don't know.
Yeah, the laser beams were pretty okay the way they wrapped around Superman.
Yeah,
but
sure. Well,
moving on.
Metallo had his when he's opened up his chest hole before and light comes out, it's usually in some kind of lens flare-y looking semi-transparent, it's just a big shiny thing.
Yeah.
But in this one, he does kryptonite vision, and it's white beams with green glow on the out, they're very hot, it's very concentrated. Mm-hmm. And then when he opens up his chest later, 6 of those shoot out like an asterisk, and I was like, oh, is he shooting beams? No, it's just, I think that's just the light, but it's still it's the same effect.
He shot Superman with his chest.
But
beam.
are we sure it wasn't making the sound of of beams? It was just making
I don't
sound.
know.
Superman was so upset to have to lie down in that tanning bed.
Oh my God.
John Henry Irons had a sun tanning bed. Why? Who knows?
I think I'm gonna go. I'll see you later, man.
We'll get through this quickly. Superman's powers. No. How strong? 1 through 10. 2. Where's Clayface? He's that weird gross booger on the building that you know.
Yeah, what was that?
It was just a weird gross smudge.
It was a smudge
shit
on the
smear.
paper, and they're like, "Oh, we ran out of paper. We got to use the dirty one. Just put a building there, and it'll look like a dirty
That was
building."
Clayface. That was Clayface right there.
He's bald, I'm bald.
Steel. Books. Wait, hang on. Where's the button?
Books or hip hop?
Books. Are you putting this on the top 10? No, we're putting it on the bottom 10. Right?
I can be down for that. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's worse than Underdwellers or Terrible Trio, which we've said we would keep at the very bottom, but I'll just put it above that.
It's definitely worse than Day of the Samurai by a lot.
I don't think these are in any particular order, but we have 15 on there now. Oh, we have to change the thing. Bottom 17. It's been a while since we've added anything to this. Is there any other? No, we had Target on here. That's the only other Superman one, I think. Oh, Promethean's on here too. God damn it.
Wow.
Mostly BTAS episodes.
Mostly
but,
BTAS.
Well, okay, it's time for mail, I guess. Sorry, everybody.
I don't know what to say about this. Really,
it feels like, when a show will do a backdoor pilot for a different show, they'll do I can't think of an example you might know, but Supernatural did an episode that was all of the lady characters, and they had an adventure together, and it was supposed to spin off into a lady Supernatural show that never happened. This feels like the Steel animated series backdoor pilot kind of thing, because they're just focusing on Steel so much. He's so important to
but he doesn't
Superman
do
would have died without him. Yeah, but he's the star of the show where John Irons in the previous episode fuck you, Lex Luthor, I quit. If you're going to use my suit to do stupid shit and be evil, then I'm not going to work here anymore. And then at the end, he's like, well, maybe. And then this one, he's like talking like Miss Frizzle the whole damn time. He's just like, he's being this like goofy catchphrasey guy. Like he says, like, I want to almost take a tally of how many like cliche lines there were in this, because there was the whatever Superman said when he showed up that I can't remember. Here it is. I'm playing it right now.
Say goodnight, chump.
Good night, chump.
There, that's a good example. And then so Steele also said like, not on my watch, he's not, or whatever. And then when they're driving, Natasha says like, we've got company and all this stuff. That just the whole time that was just like, where can I, here's my list of things people say in TV shows. I'm just gonna pull from that. Like,
yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That yacht had one small extra yacht.
We drop
What we drop?
our weekly yacht.
Oh yeah, those.
Into the comment box.
Oh my
There
god.
sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's
I'm
mad.
so
Too
mad.
bad we're all
At least I am.
just Dylan Paula.
If you would want to reach out to us like that firehand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can send a punctuated email or a 60-second voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com, or leave a comment on today's episode on the Podtower YouTube channel. But please don't spoil anything past this episode for Brian. Only I get to do that at my own whim. This is comments and whatever from last time. Never Fear or Batman is Peter Pan. This is from Z-Man12Bat, who I remember saying forever ago, which makes sense because they say, finally, after 2 years of catch up, I have caught up.
Wow.
See, that's a normal amount of time to catch up to the podcast.
Thank you for
Wouldn't say?
taking your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, listen at a pace that is human. This podcast has always given me joy, and I remember when I commented during the btas time that I proclaimed my love for tea as a 2000s kid. I think it was Penguin's first appearance. But after some crazy life stuff, I have returned for Scarecrow's new design, which always freaked me out, as I would see it in an AMV of In the End by Linkin Park, but with BTAS and TNBA clips.
Oh, okay.
Also love that Tim had some spotlight and almost was acting like a detective in charge, like his comic counterpart. Looking forward to the next episode with Iron Shack and all the best bourbon, biscuit, and jam and juice. I'm a British yogurt drink dude. Thank you. Euphonium Star, damage report for Never Fear.
Yes, I need this.
Light bulbs, yum sign, power lines, pipe, building wall, flagpole, crocodiles, bat claw line, train control console, tunnel barricade, handcuff chain, train go boom. Thank you. Mm-hmm. What's a train go boom? I didn't see that.
It's a type of dance that the kids are doing on TikTok.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It's like the floss and the wigwam and whatever else. I made that one up. Super Beetle, Salutations, Junior Asparagus and Bob the Tomato. This time I'm combining thoughts of Never Fear or biblically accurate Scarecrow and heavy metal or Superman is a weak egg baby noise. This is one of my favorite TNBA episodes thus far. In fact, it's a top 5 for me. I love stories that aren't afraid to show old Brucey in the wrong. This was pointed out by Jay's reviews, but I love TMS recreating the exaggerated dodging animation from the B-Test test animation. Oh, yeah. When Batman dodges a bullet from like 3 feet away, it's very similar to the B-Test like unaired pilot animation thing that we'll watch eventually. Metallo really hasn't been interesting since his first episode. Shout out to Natasha for being one of the first civilians in STAS to actively participate in property damage. You go, girl. Anyhow, thanks for reading this and your sublime podcast. Peace. This is from Keen Machine, the hip Mr. Keent.
What? Can you do that again?
The hip Mr. Keent. Like Keen?
Greetings, James and Brian. Long time no voice message. But if Ryan Hip is going to get a very wonderful episode on the podcast, the least I can do is call in from my phone and record totally impromptu and leave a voice message. So, well done, Ryan. Congratulations. Always happy to hear, I guess, not see, a guest listener on the podcast. This is going really well so far, by the way. I can tell, like, this is going really great. This whole impromptu, not scripted, not premeditated recording thing, really loving it.
We do it every week.
Yeah, with that said, the episode is great. I will say I'm surprised. I mean, this is a good episode, don't get me wrong. But to me, this and Bullet for Bullock are like equal level in terms of film noir, mystery, whodunit type thing. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I just need to rewatch this one. It's been a while, so maybe there's something I'm forgetting. But hey, if they had asked Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher to come in and solve this, they would have done it in 5 minutes. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm out of time. Keep it keen. 60 seconds. Boom.
That was exactly. Thank you. Gold star.
Well done.
Yeah, I guess maybe bullet for bullet. It was obviously very good, but maybe Late Mr. Kent stood out more as it was like, Superman just fine. Oh, this one really good. Instead of Batman being, I don't know, overall better so far. Who knows? Connor Van Deveen. Van Deven. Okay. Dear Brick and Mortar, what's Yip Yap on? Oh, God, let me try this again. I died in the middle of that. What's Yip Yap Yappening, dudes? I decided to start listening to Jump on the Bat-Wagon at work last week, maybe the week before, and I'm on episode 30.
Oh, God.
I really enjoy it. We're never excited for people to be
it just
this
pains
into the
me because the early ones I feel are like rather rough.
I think they're about the same. It's never gotten any better. Really enjoying it so far. You two have great chemistry, but I wonder when Brain's not so secret lover Dylan Pollock will officially become the third host of the show and maybe replace that Jamie dude. Odd duck that one is. I hope you guys still do the Yoppie Mail segment. We do, because it'll be slightly disappointing if I don't hear my message on the pod when I get caught up. Oh, I guess I should introduce myself. My name's Connor. I'm nearly 21 and from Missouri. Yes, it really is misery to live here most days. My mom introduced me to the DCAU as a small child, and I've been hooked ever since. Currently sharing the shows with my wife, who's never seen any of it before.
Nice.
I'll try to write you. That's what I'm doing with my wife. I'll try to write you write you again in a little while. Stay yoppy, pony boy. Apologies for the long email. Here's a green cookie. And there's a green emoji circle.
30 episodes in a couple of weeks isn't like too bad.
That's like 2 a day or something.
Something like that.
Maddie, Yoppie Mail? Hi, short-time listener, first-time caller. I started listening like a month ago, and I've gotten up to episode 82.
Oh, God!
I'm almost caught up. Two-thirds of the way there is almost there, right? Is it?
That's actually faster than Connor?
Connor.
That's quick.
Anyway, love the podcast has gotten me through many boring days of college and work. I also think it would be funny if I hear this be read like 3 weeks from now. It'll jump scare me. Thanks for the entertainment and stay yoppy from Jody Germlin.
We're just getting 2 of those in a row.
Yeah. This is from Michelle Salerno. Careful. Hello, Beck and Jej. I'm literally out of ideas. Funny how Batman was struggling to untie himself and yelling at Tim to untie him. I was just yelling at my TV, aren't you an escape artist? And the way he became super manipulative was insane. I still need time getting used to Bruce Wayne's new design and the change in art for Batman in general, because any man with a strong build like Bruce is just the Crimson Chin. However, Scarecrow's new look is scary. I like it. Now to heavy metal. I can't get it out of my head, but John Iron's niece looked kind of like a Bitmoji, and it's the forehead, I think. I hope it wasn't just me, but she was annoying. She just seemed bratty and in over her head. The whole time I was like, girl, you're like 15. Why are you trying to act like you know what you're doing? Irons was like, let me drive. And she's like, nah, no time. Pissed me the fuck off. Not going to lie. I do not have the patience this man has. I feel like that was the scene where he's like, give me the wheel or whatever. And she's like, no. And then he just goes, oh, and falls over. Like it's a very weird sound he makes. Besides that, he said, oh, good thing Intergang improved my... Besides that, I think it was such a good episode. Metallo made a good comeback. Somehow he had magically gotten back only some of his skin. There isn't much else I have to say about this episode because I can't focus on anything except the things I don't like. I literally don't even know how to end this email, so yop till you drop. It was such a good episode, but it was so bad I can't think of anything to say. And that's how it was for us as well.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, Brant. Last week when we needed to skip for various reasons, skip a week, you were potentially going to record yesterday when you had been up since like 2 a.m. or maybe you didn't even go to sleep. And I was like, well, it's okay because it's going to be a bad episode. Like I wanted to give you the heads up so you could be have a better time. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Nick Sorensen, alternate ending. Robin, I still can't believe I beat Scarecrow all on my own, but why do I have this feeling I'm forgetting something? Batman screaming in the far distance, Tim! Robin, uh-oh. Austin Trousers. The Sewer King character redesign is going to be so amazing.
Okay, I need somebody more artistically inclined than myself to do a Sewer King redesign.
The new Batman Adventures
Please.
Sewer King, yeah.
Please, somebody, anybody, please.
He's just a pointier Sewer King, I think. This is from Dylan Pollock. Heavy metal or big bronze, large lead, fat tin foil, substantial steel, huge platinum.
It's time for the thoughts of the week from Dylan Pollock on heavy metal, or John Henry Irons learned nothing from the episode Prototype. So, how is Metallo back? I have no memory of this, and I'm excited to see how the episode explains it. Oh, so Intergang just found him on the volcanic island where he had been hardened into the ground? Okay. Also, Metallo saying, sorry, Steel, I've still got some business in the hood, and calling him Superfly.
That's what it was, Superfly.
There's still a place for Metallo in this world after all of the super villainy is over, when he goes on to regular villainy in like a Fox News equivalent. Fun fact for y'all, the first time the term heavy metal was ever used in a song is in the Steppenwolf song Born to be Wild, when they say heavy metal thunder. Coincidence? I think not. James, you'll connect the Steppenwolf stuff.
Yes,
Brian. Tell him. Anyway, it's time for the question of the week. James' favorite part. What's the best superhero weapon? Is it Steel's hammer, Thor's hammer, Harley Quinn's hammer, or something else?
God, it just reminds me, I have no answer for that, but I just watched the newest Men in Black movie.
Yeah.
Which is like the fourth one, I think. Okay. And it's none of the previous cast. It's just the guy that plays Thor, Chris Hemsworth, and then woman from Thor 3 and 4. And so it's two Thor main characters as the Men in Black characters. And there's a part at I was like, oh, that's kind of funny, you know, whatever. There's a part at the end where they're fighting the main alien bad guy, and like an actual like wood shop hammer falls on the ground, and he picks it up, and like looks at it and then tosses it aside as if it's like this, haha, because it's Thor thing. And I was just like, that's gonna make no sense to anybody.
Oh man, why would they do that?
You know, because. All
right, well, let's answer Dylan's question.
Yeah.
Joker's taco barge.
Joker's hammer.
Joker did have a hammer, didn't he? He did like a whack-a-mole thing in some episodes.
Yeah, it was in the Sega CD thing. He came down and slammed Batman's shoulder with a hammer. Yeah.
Okay, that's my answer.
Yzma's hammer. Yeah. LexCorp cares. Hey there, broth and juice. I'm just here with an important message that I think anyone can get behind. Sent from Arby's, but not the normal Arby's, the secret one for billionaires.
I do feel like broth.
I feel like Arby's.
Oh. Here's an important message from all of us here at LexCorp about weapons. We are so saddened to hear that John Henry Irons was using LexCorp-originated technology to build weapons in his basement, like a weird little freak. Weapons don't belong in the basements of individuals. They belong in our basement, with our weird little freaks. On their own, weapons get lonely. They need to be held in community, with deadly lasers and assault robots. That way they can feel welcomed and accepted as a weapon. Please, if you're thinking about building weapons in your basement, come to us. We'll pay you to do it. As a side note, Metallo's still doing strong. He was at the bottom of a volcano. If anyone else wants to, get a Metallo, just call me. We have the machine still. I don't understand why this isn't a bestseller. But more importantly, don't build your weapons at home. Build them in our massive sub-basements filled with other little freaks. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.
It reminds me from Dylan's message.
Superfly.
Yeah, well, the Superfly thing. Thank you, Dylan, for the reminder.
Dylan just needs to be...
He just needs to replace me.
Yeah.
But there was... it was Steele's suit. He learned nothing from Prototype. I off screen, Steele fixed put this on and your brain gets fucked upness, I guess. Oh. They didn't explain anything about that.
That's a good point.
Because the Prototype suit had a little hinge in the fingertip where a laser shot out, and then Steele had a gauntlet where the laser shot out. Did he just made a different suit?
I think
he just went, I'm just gonna start over. It has nothing to do with it.
Inspired by.
Yeah. oh, I saw that guy, I saw RoboCop in this, but he went fucking insane. So I'm just not even going to touch this one. I'm just going to throw it in the fire. And when I pulled it out, it looked like this. It's much better. The Geek Legacy. Voice message Yoppie Mail. Thought it would be fun to dramatize me catching up to the current state of the podcast.
Oh.
Mind you, I'm a little under 100 episodes behind, so I have no idea if voice messages are still implemented in the podcast. I'm still in an era where Anchor.fm still exists, and by golly, did I find out that wasn't anymore the fun way. Currently finishing up episode 38. We'll be putting transcriptions of the Yopton's log in the Discord as well. I suppose I'll see you 100 episodes from now if any of these even make it. Well, here's this one.
Yopton's log number 38. It has been 25 nights and 24 days since I have embarked on this mad chase.
That's not too bad.
Discovering the trail of the fabled Yoppie dudes has sent me on a voyage far beyond the limits of what I thought possible. I have endured wrist hot dogs, mouth gravy, and the biggest birthday hug ever in my quest to find the source of the Yop. Currently, I am treading past the remains of ACOM's ghost of Christmas past, and have seen the signs of the one they call Dylan Pollock's presence. My journey is long, and the end is not nearly in sight yet. I will continue recording my findings as I search for the landfall at the source of the Yop.
Ooh.
I need the bing bong, bing bong in the background of that. Thank you. This is from Fiacra Horgan. Batman remembered he killed one crocodile in the Underdwellers and said, fuck it, let's go for 2 this time. Also, that dude was swinging on that rope for about 6 city blocks. How long is the rope? That's what we were saying.
It's forever long.
I did forget that Batman did grab that crocodile, Sewer King's crocodile by the jaw and just go and then it just collapsed or whatever. We were like, what the hell did you just do? Did you murder that? Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Kevin Delacry. Hey, New Brunswick, New Jersey. So it's common knowledge that Bruce Timm really didn't like this episode, but did you know it made him so mad that he canceled a planned Spanish language spinoff that would have had Steele solve crimes with Lieutenant Dan Turpin? It's sad, but I guess Steele E. Dan was not meant to be. Anyways, I liked this one fine. Okay, we found the person that liked this episode. In terms of episodes in which the title character gets knocked out and has to be protected by at least one precocious child, it has I've Got Batman in My Basement beat, at least. Steele's not the deepest character in the world, but the action was solid, and I like the continuity of Metallo's return via his recruitment and upgrade by Darkseid's Intergang. It makes everything feel a little more connected. Here's my Dylan question of the week. How does Steele's niece Natasha rank up against the other Kree Summer characters of the DCAU we've seen so far? Is she better than Rain Song the Wiccan from Hand of Fate or Ice Maiden number 2 from Cold Comfort? Both of them have a size advantage over her, but I'm not sure they could withstand her signature move of hitting them with a car. Best, Kevin Delacry. If they were fighting, yeah, I guess I'd put money on Natasha. I don't know. We do have a new review on Apple Podcasts that is a 5-star, not the 2-star one that I sent you that we laughed at. But this one is from Trek BR. It's awesome, fun show. This is such a fun podcast. I found it because the guys on Watchtower Database said they have a podcast and immediately loved it. The guys never take it overly seriously, but drop cool facts about the show while having a good time. I grew up with the DCAU shows and movies and look forward to each episode. Keep up the fantastic work, guys, and thanks again. Wanted to drop an addendum to my original review. You guys are awesome, and I remember telling my late brother and best friend Mike about the show and your YouTube channel. He told me a few weeks after I introduced him to the show and channel that he was happy he knew about it. He passed away back in the summer of 2022, and whenever I listen to your podcast, I know he's listening with me. He was a big Batman, Superman, and superhero fan, and I'm glad I could suggest the show's channel and content. Thank you again for the awesome content. You guys are fantastic. Keep up the great work. And by the way, I'm a Fox Kids and Kids WB fan, so hearing you mention shows like Pokemon and how you guys would include the Kids WB shows like Superman the Animated Series and New Batman Adventures, I hope you guys do Batman Beyond coming up and keep the amazing stuff coming. Stay yoppy, guys. Thank you. It's very sweet.
That's so sweet. And yeah, we'll be there. We'll Batman Beyond.
We'll Batman Beyond before too long. Yeah, thank you for that. If you leave 5-star reviews, we read them for sure.
So there.
Okay. If you leave 2-star reviews, we screenshot them and laugh at you.
We may or may not. Yes. But yes, we do.
This is from Kale.
Kryptonite
Preservation Society. Greetings, Brad and Jim Bellina. I'm starting to get back on my feet now after the shock of losing such a piece of art. Though I find I'm on shaky ground now again that we've lost more kryptonite. The newest piece to be cataloged, though it is now lost and destroyed like all previous instances have been, leaving us kryptonite-less once again. Size, once again, a heart, color, green. Current location shattered into 100 pieces, which you'd think would make acquiring a bit of it easier, honestly. Previously from a Kryptonian grain field, vibe, Barbie girl, Aqua. Until next time, Kale, founder, curator, and director of operations, the Kryptonite Preservation Society. Thank you, Kale. It did have, this episode was kind of Barbie girl vibes. I'll take it. Robert Smythe. Hey, James and Brian.
Hey.
I think my comments have been sent to the void, so I'll just say this here. You guys are correct. This is Scrudge. My profile picture is a transformer in an awkward mid-animation frame. As Kyle correctly identified, it's a character named Scourge. Okay. So the name isn't Scrudge. It's Scourge. It's Scrudge because it says in this one Scourge, who in one episode has a particularly off-model transformation, like he just sort of squash and stretches and melts into a spaceship. My username is a portmanteau of Scourge and Sludge based on how goopy the character is the whole episode. I like how we're getting this revelation like 80 episodes later.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you for providing the explanation. Ryan Hipp. I want that juicy John Henry Irons meat. Let's green egg and yop it.
Are you ready to get so random? It's the
New Batman Superman Adventures.
with guest Shaquille O'Neal, musical guest All-Star Weekend. And now, here's your host.
Ryan Hipp.
Oh, thank you. It's everybody's favorite, Shaq is back. Hey, that rhymes. Wipe out. We open up with Shaq trying to rebound from his failed rap career.
I'm scared to perform in front of a live audience.
What better thing to do than to create a superhero alter ego?
The name's Shakinsey.
But first he chats with his niece about what they're having for dinner.
Do Bob for apples. Don't. Apples for Bob.
But apples for Bob is nearly ruined when they learn of the return from Volcano Island of the cyborg menace Chaz. When Chaz rampage begins, Shaq goes missing.
The dude is 8 feet tall. How do you lose 8 feet a dude?
Fortunately, Shaq has backup.
Ladies and gentlemen, All-Star Weekend.
I've come down with love.
Shaq pulls through in the end to save the day, but on one condition.
I get to keep the clothes.
You can even keep Chad.
And in the end, we learn that even heroes have a soft side.
I'm a big man with big feelings, okay?
All right, that was a great episode. Shaq, why don't you throw it back to James and Brian?
We have a great show for you tonight. Don't go anywhere. Especially you, Chad.
The fuck was with Superman just creeping on Shaq's niece like that?
Ryan, nobody could do that but you.
Remember before the episode where you were like, I might need to get ADHD medication.
It is all, even with my ADHD in full force, it is all I can do. I'm holding on by my fingertips.
So hard, yeah.
Which is a great exercise, honestly.
Yeah, it wakes us up. Jordan Newman, heavy metal, Gotham Insider musical moment.
Wait. Before you press, can we just have a pause for, oh, wait, am I on? And then play his message?
Oh, yes, I see what you're doing. You say decaf? Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's so funny.
You're listening to the Gotham Insider, reporting live from Metropolis. Tonight's top story, Metallo, who I've now been told is not an alien, showed back up in Metropolis trying to cause some trouble. He was thwarted by Superman being aided by a new hero in a metal suit, some kind of Iron Man, I think. That's a pretty cool name, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being told he calls himself Steel. I guess that's cool, too. Picked Iron Man, you could use that Black Sabbath song as your theme song. Anyway, Steel's fine. Now over to the music. We got a rare win for the tambourine player. The tambourine got some cool grooves in this episode shortly before Steel confronts Metallo for the first time. Never apologize for loving your fandom and try to stay optimistic.
I wish I had noticed it. I was too busy focusing on cars crashing at 2 miles an hour.
And there's that really good, we had a little dance break.
Yeah.
It must have been that part.
This is from True Score, Never Fear and Heavy Metal, or Never Metal and Heavy Fear. Hey, Jabberwockin' baby girl. Here's this week's Lego fact. The word Lego comes from the two Danish words leg and got, meaning play well. That's cool. I didn't know that. I get.
Wait
there
a
you
minute.
Go. We need like a more sound.
My Swedish isn't as good as my Norwegian, but play in Norwegian is spil, which isn't.
I don't know, Brian.
Somebody
I
answers.
take everything I read on the internet as facts.
I'm a baby girl.
A Never Fear has been iconic for me for making me actually terrified of Scarecrow and helping me to realize that he's probably the best Batman villain outside of Joker and Freeze. Anyway, here's some things that were said with my group when watching the episode. I love these. Okay. The signs at the beginning say, Eve, Iron Wind, come the men, America, yum. Why did the assistant take 3 to 5 business days to get to Bruce's office to pull that guy away? This Never Fear conference is literally Patrick Swayze and Donnie Darko. Death is death, doesn't matter who administers it. What a bar, bro. Speak your truth. Batman needs to work on those bat handcuffs. How did a 12-year-old karate chop through them? The tracks are going through the moon. Why does it look like the moon? All the astronauts will have no fear. Lastly, Heavy Metal was fun, but really odd. Kind of felt overly comedic and wacky compared to some of the Superman episodes. Not bad, not amazing, but good. Here's some thoughts that I had during that honestly baffled me. Why does the music in the bank robbery sound like the theme from The Last Laugh, where it was just obnoxiously Joker and Batman's theme blaring the winter episode entire, I think. Wonder how long it'll take Brian to figure out it's Metallo. Instantly, as soon as he said one word. Actually, because you saw the thumbnail on Max before we started playing the episode.
It wasn't quite fair.
Superman is throwing fans at Metallo right now.
Yes.
These kryptonite lasers are neat as hell. The niece and turn the wheel in the car did not move an inch. That man was wearing a hat underneath his mask. Why?
Why not?
I didn't notice. Yeah,
what do you do?
John's workshop has lava pouring through it in the middle of the city, and he just lets his niece roam around wild. Steel in action was dope. Can we get a red cape and an S on him now? That lady really said, "Hey, Steel." Smiley face, thumbs up emoji. Yeah, you said, how did she know his name was Steel? And they're just like, I don't fucking know, man.
You were so checked out at that
point. Thanks, Brody. Sent from my Pioneer DJ DDJ 200 2-deck record box DJ controller with USB Bluetooth connectivity, Wii DJ app, and 16 performance pad. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's sick, actually. Wait, Brody,
yeah, cool.
is this something you do, or are you just like looking up devices?
I hope that you have that.
Wait.
I'm gonna like a refrigerator before.
I'm gonna wait here for him to answer.
Yeah, okay. Me too. I'm not hearing anything.
16 pad is pretty intense, though. Is that built into the controller? Or is that like a...
I've only got 8 pads. Here's all of them at once.
Yeah. Oh, God. I got 12 on my little keyboard.
I have a bunch of keys. You hear that?
Oh, so good, man.
God. Eric LeBeau. Heavy Metal, or I'm not a fan of pork chops either.
Eric LeBeau, wait a minute.
What?
I'm cutting you off, Jamie.
Oh, my God.
I got the sweetest gift.
Yeah, the crow thing.
I opened up the package and my jaw just dropped. It was insane. Thank you so much. I am going to delve into this real soon.
Everyone else send Brian more cool stuff. He really likes to receive presents. He's always very happy.
I like books and things you can read.
Oh.
I
have 3 things for you when I show up, and one of them's a book, so you can be happy about
that. Yeah. Throw the other 2 away.
Here's Eric LeBeau, Heavy Metal.
Angela Chen here, and I've just found a witness. His name is Mr. Bibowski.
Well, I'm not sure how you got that from LeBeau, but I heard some explosion outside of my apartment that sounded like a trash can and a refrigerator getting blown up. I didn't think much of it, so I went to grab some pizza from where else, round the clock pizza, and by the time I got back, Metallo's there, and then blew a hole in the bathroom wall in my apartment while my dad was taking a bath. Then some other metal guy comes in. I thought it was another robot, but he sounded kind of light when he was walking, like loose door hinges. He trapped 2 of the guys in a dumpster. Oh God, are they okay? I think they've been in there for a couple hours. They might be running out of air. Then the robot man, I think, killed Metallo? I don't know, but yeah, he took him down, just like my favorite guy, Superman. You know, I remember this one time, he helped me change me back from a human after I got turned into a chimpanzee.
Well, there you have it.
God, just reminding us of all these things we forgot.
I can't believe
how stupid it was.
The bathtub thing was, yeah, that's like straight out of like Animaniacs or whatever. The guys in the dumpster, that's a really good point.
he like welds all four. He takes the time to weld all four corners of it together. But I also, the guy in the bathtub, I was so confused when the hole gets blown in the wall. The bathtub itself was like light blue. So I thought he was just sitting in water and that the water somehow was maintaining its form like a Mr. Freeze gun in a hole. Like it was just holding its shape. But then that must have been the bathtub because then the water overflowed. I don't know.
I think it was a Looney Tunes. Like the hole got blown in the side and he was like, what? And then the water was like,
took a second for the water to fall out. Yeah.
Because otherwise it doesn't make sense that all of it came out immediately.
Well, he like slipped and I think it overflowed. I don't fucking know. It happened. Christian Gomez. This is a new one, I think. Long-ish time listener and first-time caller. Hello, Brother Brian and Jungle Jim. Just wanted to say I love the show. You guys have opened my eyes to some pretty great DC animation that I probably wouldn't have watched otherwise. Oh,
that's all, Jamie. I'm just here for the ride. Yeah,
and Brian wouldn't have watched it either. I started listening in early March of this year, and I'm currently on the Speed Demons episode. That's episode 100 since March. I'm unbelievably excited to see how this begins to expand further and further. So far, I'm surprised by the amount of meh episodes we're given in BTAS and the solid start of STAS. I've never liked Superman, thought he was boring. Glad to see Joker slam him with a kryptonite dragon in World's Finest. I'm really starting to come around on Superman, loving it so far. I'm glad I've started watching this in my 30s to really appreciate all of it. So did Brian, but now he's not. I only caught some episodes of BTAS whenever it was on at 6 a.m. before school, and maybe only caught the first Batman Beyond episode. So actually digging into these series has been a blast. Can't wait to get up to speed with the latest episode. One last thing, are there any plans to watch spoiler, just curious, I feel Brother Brick would really enjoy the absolute style that one has. The answer is yes. Greetings from Canada, Crispers Whispers. P.S. I'm 18. Bringing it back. Thank you. Always tell me if you're 18. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense to anybody.
It makes sense to me.
Lanola Cola. Tug on the Super Cape. I am Iron Man with Thor's hammer. 4th episode with the late Mr. Kent as the 3rd from the stay in Montreal. Heavy metal, aka no, not the music genre, also not the sci-fi magazine that the animated movie with tits is based on. Metallo gets impaled by Steel's hammer, and the hammer is his... Actually, it's just a hammer. Metallo did the Think Mark meme before Invincible. Hey, that's Cree Summer. Like y'all, I wasn't expecting the sequel of Prototype to air so soon. Still, I do appreciate seeing Irons being one busy man who took Superman's words to heart and wants to help out. I also wasn't expecting Metallo's return and the fact that he always has to maintain his standard ripped up look. He and the DCAU crew, for that matter, could really have taken advantage of the fact that he can put on any type of skin and hairstyle for better infiltration. Ejected shells sightings from the Intergang members' submachine guns during the bank robbery, but then they suddenly become laser guns in the second half of the episode. What was that about? Oh my God. I'll get back to you, y'all, faster than that sudden switch to how the Intergang's guns work, or Angela Chen tossing away her coffee, or Metallo turning his head after being called Robo-Butt till we up again. What'd you say, my butt? All right, first we have Mark Aquino, heavy metal or more soupy heroes or Bang Bang Maxwell's Silver Hammer, or did Malcolm McDowell seriously just say in the hood? Remember when I said that John Henry Irons was a useless character? No? Well, that's because I ran out of time to edit my comment for Prototype, and James read the placeholder one like the cunning villain he is. James, I'm a busy guy. It's not always easy to write the comment in advance, especially when it's a nothing burger episode like that one. I would tease again that the Watchtower is right to criticize, but last I checked, he's busy being lost in the woods. My money's on him getting taken in by a secluded group of people, and it's the cult from Midsommar. Anyway, I was obviously joking because Steel! This episode came out the same year as the live-action Steel movie starring Shaquille O'Neal. For funsies, I recommend watching that movie before watching this episode, as I did for this. And yeah, it's pretty obvious. The movie's better. Kidding! Oh my God, if it's worse. Although it would be funny if Brian watched the movie after this episode and said that the movie was better. We should do that when we're at your house. It just seems like a very Brother Brick thing for him to do. Do you have a VCR?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'll bring mine. We have to watch it on tape as God intended.
Oh, God.
It would be funny.
Do we have to? It's probably
Wouldn't
online
it be better
somewhere.
that way? No. Look, the Steel tape that I have was the copy of Steel that Video Horizons here in town has. And I would see it all the time. And I'm pretty sure like one person has ever rented it from there. So I'm sure the tape is fine. We could find out the hard way.
Okay.
It'd be funny if Brian watched the movie after this episode, said the movie was better. It just seems like a very Brother Brick thing for him to do. He zigs when everyone else zags.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, he's been trying. Our boy Bibbo maintaining continuity. You love to see it. I didn't like how Angela Chen was treating him, though. You wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from Jack Ryder or some lady back in Gotham, that's for sure.
Right.
Although if I had a nickel for every time Cree Summer played the niece of a gadget-centric character, you know the rest of the joke. Oh, yeah, it's because she was Inspector Gadget girl. Overall, this was a fairly action-heavy episode, but I dug it overall. Boss biggest bear hugs to the #1 podcast host in this here multiverse of ours, Jack, a Francis Ford Coppola film, and Bell Bottoms. I've been meaning to watch Jack. This is Robin Williams. Have you seen that?
I've been meaning to be Bell Bottoms.
I've been meaning to watch Bell Bottoms.
No,
I've been
I
meaning
haven't.
to watch Jack, but Bill Cosby is a main character in it, so I've been holding off. Anyway,
yeah.
Praise to our Lord and Savior Dylan Pollock. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. Remember to tell Gab that she rules. All the names. If I'm not able to post my comment first next week, then that's because I'll be at my graduation ceremony. That's right, yours truly. Well, you got a free pass because there was no episode. Yours truly is about to be free of community college. Now, keep in mind that doesn't mean I'm done with college altogether. I'm just getting my associate's degree in film and television production, and I'm aiming to transfer to a bigger college to continue my studies.
Can I recommend the University of Oregon?
Yeah, could do the cinema studies program like good old Jimbo. If for nothing else, I'm just glad this chapter of my life is ending and a new one is on the horizon. But enough sentimentality. James, make Brian laugh. Take a step back and wave your arms around as you say, scoopity poopity, scoopity poopity, bloop, bloop, bloop. Till next week. See, I'll do anything. Till next week, big old whoosh, I just flew away. That's a good way to end the episode,
That's
right?
great. Thank you for that, Mark.
I just had this like mini heart attack of like, oh fuck, did we not do like Superman's powers and Clayface? I'm like, no, I just blasted through it because I was like, fuck this.
Well, before we go anywhere else, congratulations, Mark. That's freaking awesome, dude. Like whether or not you're going on to bigger and better things, that is an accomplishment in itself, and you should be proud.
Yeah, community college was probably the most boring of any of my schooling. So good to get through that. It only gets worse. No, we have 3 more episodes before we enter 1998.
Wow,
and 7 more episodes until our next movie.
Wow,
the next episode, Brian. It's called
James and the Giant Peach.
Oh no, sorry. Shit. It's called You Scratch My Back. Do you think it's Batman or Superman?
It's Batman.
It is.
It's a Catwoman episode.
It is.
I'm good at this.
What happens? Catwoman's fucking up today.
Batman and Catwoman team up against a foe.
You're very close, actually.
Yeah.
It's not Batman that she teams up with.
Rob.
Closer by saying Rob.
Robert Sterling.
Yeah. Who was Robin?
Dick.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Robin lore?
No.
Like who Dick Grayson is now?
No.
Okay. Well, that's who she teams up with.
Yay! I'm a hero for everybody. You're welcome.
It's Catwoman and Dick.
I love a good pussy and dick. No.
You said it. It's recorded.
I can remove that. I can edit that out.
You technically can.
I know I can.
That's a good like pre-subtitle to next episode though. That'll do great for SEO on YouTube. I'm sure.
Yeah, don't do. You can leave that in if you want, Jamie.
I will. Why would I take that out? We'll see you next week for I love a good old pussy and dick.
Hey, Steel!
Steel, huh? Well, Steele, you're going to be getting this a lot, so you might as well hear it from me first.
What?
Thanks.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted by the Watchtower database. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for DC Animated Universe videos on a regular basis. This podcast is edited and produced by yours truly, James Strecker. Musical themes by Kimmy, Cooney Phoenix, Viltsu, Eric LeBeau, Jordan Blumen, my mother, and of course, my smooth co-host, Brian, brother Broderick Meneely. To buy us a Yoppie beverage and hear your name read in a future episode, or to nab yourself a Yoppie Dude t-shirt, please visit the links in today's show notes. Thank you for supporting the show. You can hear more on today's DCAU episode by checking out our friends over on the DCAU Review and Timm Talk podcasts. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice. You'll damn well hear it read on the show. If you'd like to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can email batwagonpod@gmail.com or leave a comment on the Podtower. New episodes of Jump on the Bat-Wagon are released Fridays on all your favorite podcast feeds and watchtowerdatabase.com. And we'll see you next episode, same PP time, same poo-poo channel.